Sometimes when a woman looks in the mirror, she sees not only her own face, but also the burdens silently carried by the years, the shadow of unspoken words, the traces of postponed dreams, that deep exhaustion of always giving herself to others and leaving herself last. Time may leave fine lines on our faces, but the real marks are etched into our hearts. And one day, when a woman comes face to face with her reflection, she realizes this. She hasn't lost her beauty. She's just tired. She's just silenced that inner call that deserves attention, compassion, care, and a return to herself for too long. That silent call is precisely why this video exists. Because beauty doesn't begin in youth. It begins with the courage to return to oneself. As she ages, a woman becomes stronger, yet paradoxically, she is criticized and judged more, as if the right to be beautiful belonged only to the young. Yet true beauty is that unique light that deepens with maturity, is strengthened by the tone of the soul, and settles into the eyes. To reawaken your beauty is not to erase wrinkles, but to learn to touch yourself again. Women who value themselves rule, become visible, and their energy is noticeable. That's why I'm going to ask you for something. Write, "My beauty is returning," in the comments. The reason I want you to write this is because this sentence shows not only that you watched the video, but that you take your own transformation seriously. It is the first signature you put on claiming your own beauty. This video was prepared to remind you of a truth that no one has told you for years. Your beauty does not diminish over time. It grows exponentially with the right steps. Every morning you touch yourself, every little attention you give your face, every softness you add to your tone of voice, every grace you show your soul, all are silent miracles that give you new life. Now we will unfold these miracles one by one. If you're ready, let's begin. 1. Start each morning with a conscious breath. The first breath taken upon waking is an invisible beginning that shapes a woman's entire day. Many women start their day with haste, a jumble of thoughts, and emotional heaviness. This is reflected in their face, posture, and energy. Yet a conscious breath is like an opening that resets the mind, awakens the body, and calms the soul. This simple but profound act in the early morning minutes releases the emotional tension accumulated overnight and allows you to enter the new day with fresh energy. Because breath is the rhythm of both life and beauty, when taken regularly, it radiates inner light outward. Starting the day with conscious breathing balances the body's biological systems within minutes. Especially as we age, hormone cycles, sleep quality, and morning energy begin to change. This change can manifest as dullness in the skin, a tired expression on the face, tension in the forehead, and stiffness in the neck. However, a deep breath quickly carries oxygen to the cells. The skin becomes more vibrant, the eyes brighter, and the facial expression clearer. Therefore, conscious breathing is a power that not only rejuvenates the spirit, but also physically rejuvenates the face. Starting the morning with this rhythm is a silent touch of youth that lightens the burden of the years. Conscious breathing also increases mental clarity. When you wake up in the morning, your mind is instantly filled with the pressure of, "What will I do today?" This internal intensity consumes a woman's energy before the day even begins. However, deep and slow breathing slows down the mind, puts thoughts in order, and calms emotional turmoil. Thus, that tired expression, often seen on faces, which resembles old age, is no longer mental stress. Breathing has melted it away. A mind calmed by breathing brings softness to the gaze, elegance to the facial features, and a calm sweetness to the tone of voice. This is one of the most powerful forms of beauty a mature woman can carry. To incorporate this habit into your life, all you need to do is very simple. Take 3 deep breaths every morning when you open your eyes. With each breath, feel your spirit expand, your heart soften, and your mind simplify. Over time, this ritual will become more than just a habit. It will transform into a morning signature that shapes your beauty. Because conscious breathing determines the tone of your soul, not your age. And a woman who starts her day with breath doesn't just look more beautiful, she becomes deeper, more captivating, and more unforgettable. By the way, if you like the video and subscribe to our channel, you'll be supporting me in the most effective way. 2. Create a simple but consistent morning ritual that rejuvenates the skin. A small routine performed every morning can quietly reduce the signs of aging on a woman's skin. This is because the skin is incredibly responsive to repeated habits. As we age, the skin's renewal rate slows down, its moisture retention capacity decreases, and the face begins to look more tired over time. However, a simple, short but regular ritual performed in the morning awakens the skin from within. This ritual does not have to be complicated. Its real power lies in its simplicity and consistency. The youthful glow you see on a woman's face often comes not from expensive products, but from a regular morning routine. The morning ritual is a bridge that prepares the skin not only physically, but also emotionally. The fluid retention that builds up during sleep, the stress experienced throughout the night, and the face's unique nighttime tension begin to dissolve with this ritual. These small steps form a foundation that determines how the skin will look throughout the day. The first step of the ritual is always awakening. Cool water touching the face awakens not only the skin, but also the spirit. That moment is when you touch your face for the first time. This touch is a gentle beginning that makes a woman feel her own worth. A consistent morning ritual also strengthens the skin's defense barrier. With age, this barrier weakens and the skin becomes more sensitive to external factors: air pollution, sunlight, stress, wind. However, a light toner used in the ritual, a revitalizing serum, and a gentle moisturizer applied afterwards rebuild this barrier. Each regular application increases the skin's capacity for self-repair. That's why the morning ritual is not just instant beauty, but a long-term investment in youthfulness. To make the morning ritual permanent, you need to focus on simplicity, not complexity. Even a 3-step start can work wonders: cleansing, moisturizing, revitalizing. Just a few minutes each morning is enough. Over time, these minutes leave a mark on your skin, because regular care not only delays the effects of aging, it rebuilds beauty. When you wake your skin with love every morning, your face responds with love. And this response makes your glow appear deeper, softer, and more attractive over time. 3. The art of applying makeup according to your mood. A woman's makeup is often the silent interpreter of her soul. As she ages, makeup should cease to be merely an attempt to cover up, correct, or hide imperfections. It should become a subtle reflection of her mood. Because makeup is most compelling when it is in harmony with the inner world. Some days a woman wants to be stronger, more visible. Some days she chooses to be softer, calmer. Applying makeup according to one's mood is an aesthetic way for a woman to approach herself honestly. This approach not only beautifies facial features, but also makes them meaningful. Applying makeup according to your mood gives women freedom. Because there are no more patterns, routines, or pressures, makeup is not a necessity, but a form of expression. Thanks to this approach, a woman may wear only lip balm some days, settle for a light blush on others, and express herself with more defined eyeliner on others. The important thing is that makeup adapts to how she feels today, not how she wants to look. This natural harmony keeps the skin free from exaggeration. Thus, the face looks healthier and more elegant as it ages. One of the most powerful effects of mood-based makeup is that it brings a woman's inner balance to her face. Sometimes we feel fragile, sometimes energetic. Reflecting this change in makeup means honoring one's own emotions. Soft tones on a fragile morning, more defined lines on an energetic day both emotionally comfort the woman and make her more in tune with life. This style of makeup follows the true rhythm of the inner world, not the patterns imposed by the outside world, and this rhythm creates a kind of peaceful glow on the skin. Finally, applying makeup according to mood makes a woman more unique. No two women are the same. Every emotion, every day, every mood is different. Expressing this difference through makeup makes a woman's uniqueness visible. This originality becomes even more valuable as you age. Because beauty is no longer about fitting into a mold, but about refining yourself as you are. Makeup that matches your mood makes you more natural, more sincere, more attractive, and most importantly, more you. And the greatest beauty a mature woman can carry is precisely this: being herself, reflecting herself, and doing so with elegance. 4. The habit of using cold compresses to bring life to the eyes. When you wake up in the morning, your eyes speak first, along with your face. The traces of a sleepless night, a stressful day, or emotional heaviness settle most around the eyes. As you age, this area becomes more sensitive, veins become more visible, puffiness builds up more easily, the skin thins, and the eyes look more tired. However, cold compresses are one of the simplest yet most effective methods to quickly revitalize this sensitive area. The coolness that touches the under-eye area awakens not only the skin, but also the mind. It constricts the blood vessels around the eyes, providing a fresher and more rested appearance. Cold compresses restore a youthful feeling to the eye area. Just think, a cold touch placed under the eyes in those first minutes of the morning virtually erases the fatigue accumulated throughout the night. Thanks to this application, puffiness around the eyes subsides, dark circles fade, and facial expressions become more energetic. This is because cold accelerates the transport of oxygen to cells, making the eye area appear brighter, more vibrant, and younger. This daily habit of just a few minutes offers a freshness that expensive creams cannot provide. The application is extremely simple. 2 spoons kept in the refrigerator, a cold jade roller, a metal eye massage tool, or cooled tea bags. Whichever method you choose, the important thing is consistency. Even gently pressing under the eyes for 3 to 4 minutes makes a big difference. This little ritual only takes a few minutes, but the freshness it gives your face stays with you all day. That's why cold compresses are a practical beauty secret with immediate results. And if you think that even such a simple habit can create such a noticeable youthful effect on your face, much more effective, much deeper, and truly surprising beauty secrets await you in the later sections of the video. So be sure to watch until the end, because the secrets that create the most powerful transformation are in the later sections. 5. Turn drinking water into an aesthetic habit. Drinking water is one of the most fundamental yet most neglected habits that determine a woman's beauty. As we age, the body's sensitivity to dehydration decreases. Therefore, many women do not even realize that they do not drink enough water during the day. However, dull skin, lifeless hair, a sallow complexion, and even dark circles under the eyes are often the silent result of dehydration. Making the discipline of drinking water a natural part of life is a powerful start to reactivating the skin's youth codes, because water is the simplest yet most effective elixir of beauty. Water means rebirth for skin cells. When the skin gets enough water, cells renew themselves faster. Skin tone evens out, the face becomes smoother, and natural radiance returns. Moisture loss hardens facial features, accentuates lines, and makes the skin look older than it is. However, regular water consumption softens these lines. Water fills the skin from within, creating a fresher, plumper, and more vibrant appearance. This effect is more powerful than any cosmetic product alone can provide. This is because water directly addresses the skin's most fundamental need. Drinking water also accelerates detoxification. When the body is dehydrated, toxins accumulate, causing dullness, acne, and puffiness in the skin. Regular water consumption slowly flushes out these toxins. Therefore, drinking water is not only a beauty routine, but also a health discipline. The biggest secret to the vitality of older women's skin is often this regular internal cleansing. A purified body presents a younger and brighter facial expression. In conclusion, making the discipline of drinking water an aesthetic habit is a lifestyle that softens the natural changes brought on by age and restores the youthful glow to the skin. Drinking water seems simple, but its effect is profound. When a woman is dehydrated, her face fades. When she is hydrated, her face glows. That is why water is the silent architect of beauty. Every sip nourishes both body and soul, making you younger, more vibrant, and more elegant. 6. Learn to look in the mirror without judging yourself. For many women, looking in the mirror is not just a physical check. Over time, it becomes a place of judgment. As she ages and sees the changes in her face, a woman can become harsher towards herself. However, learning to look in the mirror not to judge, but to see yourself, is a profound step that transforms both the spirit and beauty. Whatever your first thought about yourself is when you look in the mirror each morning, that is the energy your face will carry that day. Looking at the mirror with compassion softens not only your appearance but also your mood. Therefore, the relationship you establish with the mirror is the invisible foundation of your beauty. Looking in the mirror without judging yourself requires first noticing the tone of your inner voice. Phrases like, "My wrinkles have increased, my face has sagged, I'm not what I used to be," drain both your spirit and your energy. Over time, these phrases even find their way into your facial expression. However, when you direct a gentler gaze toward yourself, you will see that your face responds accordingly. Because beauty is nourished not only by form, but also by an inner sense of acceptance. Approaching yourself with confidence and love when looking in the mirror creates a noticeable radiance on your face. Changes that come with age are sometimes inevitable, but it is not necessary to see them as enemies. Every line is a story, every shadow an experience. Looking in the mirror without judgment is to honor these stories rather than reject them. The more accepting a woman is, the softer her facial features become. More light appears in her eyes, more warmth on her lips. Learning to ask not only, "How do I look?" but also, "How strong am I?" when looking in the mirror creates an aesthetic transformation. Because true beauty comes after acceptance. Combining looking in the mirror with a breathing ritual deepens this softness. Taking 3 deep breaths while looking at your face calms both the mind and emotions. This breath brings a state of wisdom to your face. Judgment gives way to awareness. Anxiety gives way to acceptance. Over time, this peace you establish with your face becomes more effective than the most expensive creams. Because how a person looks at themselves is how their face responds. The elegance seen on the faces of women who look at themselves with compassion is the result of this inner peace. This gentle approach towards oneself also boosts self-confidence, because a woman who approves of herself does not need any external validation. A woman at peace with the face she sees in the mirror carries a more feminine and attractive energy. This energy is reflected in her posture, tone of voice, and gaze. People see something greater than beauty in her face. a spirit living in harmony with herself. It is this harmony that makes a woman truly unforgettable, regardless of her age. 7. Minimal care methods that restore hair to its natural shine. Hair is one of the most powerful elements of beauty that frames a woman's face. As we age, hair strands become thinner, shine diminishes, and hair can lose its former vitality. Many women try to hide this change by using more products, stronger chemicals, or styling more frequently. However, hair's natural shine is restored not with complex products, but with a balanced and minimal care approach. Instead of overloading the hair, giving it room to breathe allows it to regain its unique, healthy shine over time. The fundamental step in restoring natural shine is to stop interfering with the hair's natural processes. For example, frequent washing causes the scalp to produce more oil than it needs, which leads to both dryness and dullness. Washing a few times a week gives the scalp a chance to rest and helps natural oils spread back through the hair shaft. This natural oil is the most powerful nourishment for hair. It gives it shine and a soft touch. Therefore, minimal care allows the hair to regain its own balance. One of the most effective ways to increase hair shine is through light massages with natural oils. Massages with light oils such as jojoba, argan, or coconut oil revitalize the hair roots and moisturize the hair strands. These massages are not only for the hair, but also a moment of relaxation for women. Gently running your fingertips through the scalp both accelerates blood flow and reduces tension in the body. This calming ritual relieves the fatigue of the day while gradually and noticeably enhancing the hair's natural shine. Ultimately, minimal hair care is one of the finest examples of the less product, more effect principle. Any care that is done without weighing down the hair, without disturbing its naturalness, without forcing it, reawakens the hair's own memory of shine. When a woman approaches her hair gently, the hair responds with a gentle shine. This shine is not something that is lost with age. It is a beauty that is remembered again with the right habits. When the hair's natural shine returns, the face also looks fresher, more elegant, and younger. 8. Create mini breathing breaks to reduce stress. The hustle and bustle of life leaves a burden on a woman's shoulders that becomes more invisible but heavier as the years pass. This burden sometimes sinks so deep that even breathing is not noticeable. Yet, the most natural, calming, and restorative movement of the human body is breathing. Taking a few short breaths throughout the day instantly changes not only the mind, but also the energy of the face. These mini pauses reduce tension in the skin and soften the harshness that stress leaves on the facial features. Because sometimes beauty is hidden in just the right breath. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow, your facial muscles tense up, and the line between your eyebrows becomes more pronounced. Over time, this tension becomes a permanent expression. Taking mini breath breaks throughout the day is the simplest way to release this habitual tension. What's more, you don't need to set aside any special time for this. Just take 3 slow breaths while sitting, walking, preparing something in the kitchen, or even on the phone. These breaths calm the mind while delivering oxygen to the skin, making the face look more vibrant, brighter, and softer. It's extremely easy to incorporate these mini breathing breaks into your life. You can set small reminders for yourself, turn certain moments during the day into breathing points, or even take a short breathing break just as you walk through a door or sit down on a chair. This practice takes only a few seconds during the day, but its effects last for hours. Regular breathing breaks will gradually make your body feel lighter, your mind clearer, and your face more rested. It's an invisible but powerful habit that adds beauty to the flow of your day. And if even such a small breathing break can change your facial expression so quickly, You can't even imagine the effect of the deeper and more powerful beauty secrets awaiting you in the rest of the video. So, keep going, because the most transformative ingredients are yet to come. 9. The discipline of carrying a gentler tone of voice throughout the day. A woman's voice is one of her invisible yet most powerful beauty elements. As she ages, her tone of voice may naturally become a little heavier, its harmony with her breath may change, and sometimes it may sound harsher due to the effects of stress. However, a gentle tone of voice lends an aesthetic softness not only to those around her, but also directly to her face. This is because tone of voice is both an expression of emotions and directly linked to inner balance. Maintaining a gentler tone of voice throughout the day is a valuable discipline that invisibly enhances feminine grace. A gentle tone of voice also softens facial expressions. When the voice rises or becomes harsh, the facial muscles tense up, the eyebrows slightly furrow, the lip lines become more pronounced, and the face generally begins to look more tired. However, when the tone of voice softens, all this tension is released. Facial features relax, a warmer expression forms in the eyes, and even the shape of the lips appears more aesthetic. Therefore, tone of voice is not just a means of communication, it is an inner rhythm that directly nourishes beauty. A woman's approach to her own voice brings refinement to her face. Maintaining a gentle tone of voice creates a powerful, meditative effect that calms the inner world. When you think about how many times you speak in a day, you realize that every use of your voice actually affects your mood. When you start speaking more softly, even to yourself, the critical voices in your mind diminish, which boosts your life energy. A soft tone has a healing effect on both the body and the heart. Over time, this effect is reflected in your skin tone, your gaze, and even your posture. Ultimately, carrying a gentler tone of voice throughout the day is a discipline of beauty that affects much more than your outward appearance. When your voice softens, your face softens, your energy field expands, and the impression you give to your surroundings becomes more noble and peaceful. No matter your age, the subtlety in your voice tone makes you a representative of a more refined, more attractive, and more mature beauty. In other words, not only how you look, but also how you speak is an integral part of your beauty. 10. The art of using eye contact calmly and gently. Eye contact is one of the most obvious indicators of a woman's energy. As age advances, the wisdom embedded in the eyes increases, but sometimes this wisdom can be mixed with fatigue. Using eye contact in a calm and gentle manner makes both the inner world and the outer appearance more aesthetic. This is because the eyes are the mirror that most quickly reveals a woman's emotional tone. Gentle eye contact conveys confidence, elegance, and feminine energy. This makes not only speech, but also presence more impressive. Soft eye contact instantly changes facial features. Harsh glances tighten the eyebrows, strain the facial muscles, and make the eye area appear older than it is. Calm eye contact, on the other hand, softens the entire face. Forehead lines become less noticeable, the eye area feels brighter, and even the shape of the lips takes on a more natural elegance. This is because a soft gaze is an invisible effect that relieves the body's tension. It conveys the message, "I am here and I am at peace," to the woman's face. The secret to this art is to keep the duration of the gaze natural. Not too long, not too short. Maintaining eye contact for a few seconds, then gently shifting to other areas of the face preserves both naturalness and elegance. This slight swaying ensures that the gaze appears fluid and aesthetic. At the same time, it prevents unnecessary tension in the muscles around the eyes, creating less tension in the skin. A soft gaze relaxes the facial muscles, which supports a more youthful appearance in the long term. Ultimately, using calm and gentle eye contact is a secret power that speaks to a woman's beauty before words do. It carries the energy of grace, not harshness. This softness in the eyes changes both facial expression and mood, transforming a woman into a more balanced, attractive, and aesthetic being. Because a woman also becomes beautiful through how she looks, and a soft gaze creates an irresistible effect at any age. 11. Develop a style that suits the spirit, not the age. A woman's style is a reflection of her spirit, not her age. As we age, the patterns imposed by society become more pronounced. Don't wear that. You're not young anymore. That color is too bold for you. That style is no longer for you. Yet style is not an age limit. It is an expression that is in harmony with your character, energy, and inner world. Dressing according to your spirit reactivates the aesthetic memory that has carried you for years. Because developing your own style is a much more powerful beauty manifesto than what your age dictates. A style that suits your spirit shows you as you are. It doesn't try to hide you. Some women feel more alive in bright colors, while others find themselves in the serenity of simple tones. Some prefer modern lines, while others opt for a more elegant and classic look. When you shape your style according to your spirit, your clothes become one with your energy, not just your body. This unity makes you appear younger, more unique, and more attractive. Because dressing in a way that suits your spirit makes you appear to be on the same wavelength as the emotions expressed by your face. Dressing according to your soul also gives women confidence. Because if what you wear supports your inner energy, you feel stronger throughout the day. This strength is evident in your posture, a flow in your walk, a determination in your gaze. When a woman has her own style, she not only looks more beautiful, she carries a more impressive aura. People notice not what she wears, but the spirit she carries. This is an aesthetic field of attraction that manifests most powerfully in mature women. 29. Create small but elegant routines that pamper yourself. One of the things that most enhances a woman's beauty is the small but elegant moments she gives herself. As you age, life's responsibilities increase, time becomes scarce, and priorities change. Yet, amidst this busyness, the quiet and elegant rituals you set aside for yourself renew both your spirit and your face. Because pampering yourself is not selfishness, it is honoring your existence. When you notice how a small ritual changes the energy you carry throughout the day, you better understand that these habits are invisible yet powerful sources of beauty. The pleasure of pampering yourself leaves a deeper impact than even the most expensive treatments. For example, just a 10-minute facial massage both revitalizes the skin and soothes the soul. Drinking a cup of herbal tea in silence, applying your favorite body oil after a warm shower, giving your hair ends a light treatment, or creating a special perfume ritual for yourself. These may seem small, but they are precious touches that soften the expression on your face, lighten your heart, and calm your energy. The kinder a woman is to herself, the more her face glows. Over time, these small rituals create a kind of memory in the body. As the body feels that the soul cares for it, it becomes more balanced, more peaceful, and more vibrant. The tensions, responsibilities, and fatigue experienced during the day begin to dissolve in these elegant moments. Because when a woman shows herself compassion, the body responds aesthetically to that compassion. The dullness of the skin diminishes, the tension in the muscles dissolves, and the facial expression appears fresher. This change is often too subtle to be noticed, but its energy is powerful. Routines that pamper oneself also calm the mind. Mental overload can become more pronounced, especially in mature women. However, small moments of daily pleasure gather the mind, increase focus, and strengthen emotional balance. These little breaks are moments when the soul breathes. They not only beautify the skin, they add warmth to the eyes, softness to the voice, and elegance to the posture. Because a woman nourishes herself not only with beauty, but with a ritual that touches her entire being. The most beautiful aspect of these small moments of pampering is that they are completely personal. Every woman knows best what her soul needs. Some enjoy simply lighting a few candles and sitting in silence. Others like to put on soft music and brush their hair. Some turn a short walk into a ritual. Others transform skincare into a form of meditation. What matters is not the scale of the routine. It is a simple touch that feels good for the soul. This touch adds a deep softness to beauty. Ultimately, small but elegant routines that pamper yourself are the building blocks of a woman's aesthetic energy. These rituals add not only radiance to your face, but also strength to your posture and depth to your gaze. Because beauty grows not only from external care, but also from the value you give yourself. When a woman learns to pamper herself, beauty ceases to be a coincidence and becomes a natural part of her life. These elegant moments empower you both mentally and physically, and make you a more captivating woman at any age. Beauty has never been just about the shape we see in the mirror. Beauty is a deep light that emerges from how a woman touches herself, how she breathes, how she looks, and how she carries her spirit. Every habit you share in this video is the sum of small but powerful steps that soften not only the face, but also the inner world. Every bit of care you show yourself may not erase the traces of the years, but it gives them meaning. It makes you wiser, more elegant, and more unforgettable. Never forget this throughout your journey. As you age, your beauty does not diminish. It simply changes form. And every time you touch it, it shines even brighter in its new form. Beauty is not a race against time, but a dialogue with your own essence. When you begin to care for yourself with intention, you stop fighting the years and instead learn to walk alongside them with grace. Your habits become anchors, your rituals become nourishment, and your presence gains a quiet confidence that no cream or treatment can replicate. This is why true beauty is never lost. It evolves. And when a woman evolves with it instead of against it, she becomes the kind of radiant that only life, courage, and self-respect can create. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video. Remember, women are the ones with the power to change the world. Boldly forge your own path and savor every moment.